You wanna be a player, but you weren't too smart. You gotta hit Melt up to get a pimp out of.
Greetings, Commanders, and welcome to another episode of Pimp My Arc. Today, I've got Dark Wolf on the line, server 1081, the Burr Guild. Say hello.
Hello.
There it is. So, on today's episode of Pimp My Arc, what are we going to be doing? Are we looking to work on commanders, gear, overall account, direction, PvP? What are we doing?
Sort of direction. I'm T10, almost T11, and I'm just kind of not sure where I want to go because I've got a couple. I've got Black I've been working on and Reinhardt, so I'm really not sure which way to go. I thought about switching to airships.
I see. So I'm in your, okay, so 120 million power account, still not tier 11. Where did all that power come from? Usually yeah.
I have a lot of troop power.
Oh, 53 million. Wow. Okay. So if that was zero, that would be, I don't know, 65,000. Sorry, 65 million power. All right, so we're at tier 11, on the verge of tier 11, considering switching over to airships. You're right there next to Eye of Greed, and you've got 25,000 unlimited crystals to go. That's no small amount. That's a lot of unlimited crystals.
Right. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, for people that are wondering how much money that is, how much is that? 1,000, what is that, like 2,000 bucks?
$2,500, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, 2,500.
Yeah.
This game is crazy. Okay, first question. Why are you still playing Arc of War?
I just really enjoy the game. I've played it. Little over 3 years now. I've still got several people that I play with from the original server that I started on, and so we've kind of kept it as a group and just kept playing.
Who are the original people?
There's a couple of them. SRT, he's in BUR, or he's in DOA right now. He's switching over to BUR. AlleyNut82, Crazy Emperor. There's about 15 of us that have all been together for a couple years now.
Oh, shout out to Crazy Emperor. I know him. He's a very active community member.
He is, yes.
Okay. So, yeah, it's a good game. That's one of those things, you know, we've been talking a lot about Eve Echoes and other games. It's like Arc of War has this staying power to it. There's so much to learn, and there's so much involvement, and there's so much going on. On a surface level, it doesn't always seem that deep, but there's so much to explore that it definitely just keeps people logging in, and there's almost like this pursuit of perfection. Like, you want to max your research, you want to max your gear, and the further you go into the game, the more you realize, okay, I can't max all my gear, and I can't max all my sets of gear, and I can't max all my research. So it all starts narrowing down, and where a lot of players might eject out of another game because it's just way too narrow. Like in an MMO, most people will get to like item level 300, and then they're like, okay, well, I can get to item level 314, but now I have to raid 4 days a week. I got to be in a serious raid guild. It's not worth that extra 14 item levels. I'm just gonna quit. But in Arc of War, people are so financially committed. Seems like they just never stop playing. And I've been thinking about that a lot. And sorry to derail the Pimp My Arc episode, but because Eve Online is going to be so similar to Eve Echoes, I don't believe Eve has that same staying power that Arc of War has. It has a different kind of staying power. So I'm curious to see how that rolls out. But let's not get too sidetracked on that. You said that you're interested in going to air. So you're deep down this infantry research path. 5 levels of dodge, 5 levels of defense. Those are really expensive to get to level 5. And you're looking at tier 11 infantry going, maybe it's time to switch to airship. What's going on with that?
Well, I mean, I'm Stella, of course, right now, and she does pretty well, but she's just so single slot bust for me. And I want somebody that's can kill everybody at once. And I've tried Shockwave with her. I've tried Ghost Cannon, a couple other things to try and get that, I guess, more galactic power, more kill power in like Galactic Campaign. And I just want somebody that really nobody can kill.
Okay, well that definitely, I mean, having a commander that's hard to kill is so hard to do nowadays with just all the sweet gear and all the different commanders available, which is a good thing. You don't want like a traditional golem only, Rogers only meta like we had for so long. But
True.
Going into tier 11 infantry, that would allow you to use the Eye of Greed troops, which for a 4th skill right now you have Ghost Cannon, which is fine, true strike damage. You're probably better off running something crazy like Elf's Curse with tier 11 infantry would be so sick on Stella, because Elf with tier 11 infantry and Stella's Wings of Eternity is sick. But if you flip it around and do the Curse on Stella, I don't know how well that would work, because it might be HP and attack based. I imagine it would do pretty good. But okay, so you're currently Stella, but you're eyeing airships. What do you like about airships?
I like the kill every slot at once.
The Awakening?
Yeah, the Awakening. I have Stella's gear at 30, 35 range on most of them, I think. I think they're all that way. I'm considering switching her headpiece to try and get more accuracy, because she doesn't hit very often. She misses a lot. So, I mean, I'm just trying different things, and most of the people on my server are airship, which should give me an advantage, but it just doesn't seem to for me.
So the thing about Airship's Awakening is that on an outsider perspective looking in, getting hit by an Airship Awakening sucks, because it does clear the whole battlefield, especially when you're greatly outmatched. But the truth is, in a fair fight, Airship Awakening very rarely ever lands. And that's with infantry and Walker Awakening too, unless you have a tremendous amount of accuracy, which on a black build, you actually wouldn't have, right? Because you would be running the best offense and destructive power. So you're going to be intentionally missing. So when your Awakening goes off, it's probably going to miss. So just kind of food for thought there, because that's not going to... I mean, going airships isn't a bad idea. Airships have always been the dominant meta. Infantry right now definitely has a foot in it, but between Hancock and Elf, I think it's safe to say Walkers are the dominant class right now. But, okay, but if you are going to switch to airships, it's better to do it before you get tier 12, right? I wouldn't advise against getting tier 11 infantry just to unlock it, because there's a lot of sweep potential you could do there. You can get those on Hancock. Hancock's amazing with tier 11 infantry. But if you're going to go airships, it's better to go sooner than later. And you've got a ways to go. You got Sirius here. There's 20,000 needed. You probably need like $7,000 or $8,000 worth of unlimited crystals just to get caught up to Maelstrom. Is that the math you've done?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like, oh man, when you think about that number, that's such a tremendous amount of money. It sucks because you can't pull it back and redo your research.
I wish you could, but they haven't quite given us that advantage yet.
A respec thing for like 80,000 gold, I would buy it. I mean, it's not that hard to change your gear. A lot of the commanders have interchangeable gear, except for the specific, commander weapons like the infantry weapons and walker weapons. But okay, all right. So if you're in the middle of a transition, let's talk about what you've been doing. So Stella's been your one slot bust, fighting airships on your server. Are you running any utility commanders? Do you have a Plasma, a Hubarian, anything like that?
No, I've got Reinhardt that I use a lot. He's at about 105,000 leadership.
Oh, yeah.
So I use him a lot for just tier 1 Thorns damage. But I don't use... I have a Plasma, but I've never used him. And then I have Hancock that I have 20,000 leadership in. But I've never done anything with him.
Interesting. Okay. So I'm trying to find your Plasma. I might have overlooked him, but I was looking
He's way down there. He's Class A, I think.
Oh, there he is.
I was going to say, I'm pretty sure I have him.
Yeah, 5,000. I mean, if you like Reinhardt with tier 1, which I think is a brilliant build, I love that build because you can do crazy things with Reinhardt and tier 1 airships against tier 12. I love that build, but I'm surprised you don't do anything with Plasma, because as an infantry commander, let's say you're attacking into somebody with Stella, it's nice to leave Plasma behind on your own ship. I mean, do you do a lot of galactic battle, or is it mostly server side?
It's more galactic battle now. I used to be primarily server side. Transitioning into BUR, they're top 32 right now. So I'm trying to focus on that galactic campaign points advantage.
Okay, gotcha. And yeah, Stella's a good choice for that. And remember, this change to airship, I mean, unless you're going to throw down 10 grand, this can be something you do over the next 6 months to a year. And in the meantime, you still need your Stella to be potent. Now, you're running the Phantom Pants. I don't hate the Phantom Pants. I think they're good stat pants all around, especially because it's a tier 9 or tier 10, tier 11 account. You don't need the damage reduction Fearless Pants yet. So I like the Phantom Pants. If you're doing mostly one slot bust, Magiwell Treasure is a lot of damage. I do like them. But overall stats, Phantom's a good choice. I'm not against that.
I had the Magiwell originally, and then I started trying to do dodge, which didn't really work because there's so many guaranteed hit skills.
Yeah.
So I switched to those because I had recycled my Magiwell pants, which probably wasn't a smart move at the time, but...
Yeah. It hurts to recycle those nice items. It hurts. So, Shura chess piece. This is a great chess piece. Love this on Stella. There's so many newer chess pieces now available. I don't know if they're necessarily better than Shura just for what you're looking for. Defense, dodge, crit wither. Solid stats for Stella. Same with the pants. Damage reduction, dodge, crit wither. Oh, they do have damage reduction. Yeah. So a lot of crit wither here. So you're not really worried about the combat damage from commanders as much as you're worried about running into Elf, right? Elf and Hancock are probably big trouble for you.
Yes, correct.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Elf kills me. I can't do anything at all with Elf.
Yeah. Especially with Ghost Cannon. You really got to run a dual blades against her, and even then, it's not pretty. But
I've gotten a lot of the skills unlocked. I've played with some of them. I haven't done very much just because I use the Ghost Cannon a lot for the points in Galactic Battle.
Yeah, check this out. So, I mean, Ghost Cannon Stella tier 1 in Galactic Battle is great. There's no doubt about that. You'll score points, and then you don't have to main a bullet. That's nice. That's actually a pretty good idea. The Red Pupil headpiece here, it's Red Pupil versus Devastation Helmet. I just want to let the viewers look at the stats here. Level 37 Dev Helm, plus 188% attack, so almost triple damage, right? This is a huge one-slot bust helmet, but it comes at the cost of minus defense in the front row, minus HP in the back row. If you go up and look at the Red Pupil, the new helmet, it has almost the same attack stat right off of 1, plus, so 188 attack on the Devastation Helm, 160% dodge, and 160% accuracy, and 80% HP. No negative stats. So even though you get a ton of damage out of the Dev Helm, and it's good for one slot bust, as an all-around item, the Red Pupil is so much better, and Stella's so dependent on landing hits. It's like you have to gem for Sagittarius Gemini just to get the guaranteed hit on her. Yeah, so, I mean, is that what you're looking at? Are you looking at going Red Pupil?
I am, yeah.
Yeah. So there's this other argument to like Galactic Battle is should you build an all-around good commander? Because an all-around good commander is good for Ace, All-Star, Peak contest, sure. But in Galactic Battle, I've been pushing towards a SWE set. All my high-level gear now is just my SWE gear because I just pick the matchups I know I can win, go in, score points, try not to lose any points, and get out. And I think if you're in a top 32 guild, if you're not the big boss player, you might be better off using more SWE gear. But I'll admit that gets you in a difficult predicament that I'm in where I don't want to upgrade any of my gear because my SWE gear is good enough, but I also know I don't even use my main gear for, serious combat related stuff that helps the guild. So yeah, I don't know if it's a catch-22, but it's a struggle. All right. Full metal. So how many alpha skill plugins do you have unlocked? I definitely see it on Stella and Rogers.
I have 2. I have 20,000 more medals, so I can unlock more. I just haven't decided, because I just started building Black. I just started building Reinhardt. So I didn't, I was using just Stella and Rogers. So now I'm trying to see if it's worth unlocking a couple more alpha skills to help out.
Well, yeah, you definitely have it on Stella, which is, the main commander. That's the most important. I'm impressed that your Black has more leadership than your Rogers, and then your Reinhardt has 100,000. So you have so much leadership in airships. You have 200,000 leadership there, and your main is 360. So you're almost like 60-40 or 70-30 in leadership.
Yeah.
Yeah, normally I recommend try to stay around 90-10 unless you really do focus on All-Star, but even then you can pump All-Star commanders up, save your lineup, and then move the leadership back to where you want it later on. It's a bit expensive, but so is leadership. So nothing in this game is cheap. We've all learned that.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. So I want to interrupt the episode real quick. What's on the menu for dinner? What are we cooking?
Spaghetti.
Spaghetti. In Tennessee?
Yeah. It's homemade spaghetti, so it's a little different.
Okay, all right. I was expecting barbecue. All right. So let's see. So research tier 11. Okay, thinking about airships, kind of ignoring walkers. That's fine. Gear-wise, how is your SWE gear? Are you taking any? Yeah.
I have a full set. It's actually on my black right now because it's got the Wild Rose penetration gear. But I don't have the penetration headset or headpiece. All I have is the SWE headpiece. So he's running all SWE gear with T9 Genesis troops.
Yeah, I like the build. Scorpio, I'm not a big fan of Cancer. I know it gives you increased defense. I know that works on the best offense. It's just not that much defense for the 20% chance, and I think there's better alternatives in, like, I don't know, even Libra, or not Libra, what's it called, Virgo. But definitely the 5-piece the 5-set airpiece gem would be much better than running the Cancer. As far as Awaken concerned, remember, you can awaken a ton. Oh, it's hard to awaken Black, that's right. It can awaken a ton of defense out of Black, which makes him and Lady and Beast so good when you do the simulations because you have that max awaken, max skills. And if you have the right penetration gear, he does wild things. But that gear is expensive. Those skills are expensive. The awaken's expensive. Everything about these high tier builds is super expensive. So maybe that's not something we should even consider because it's still coming into tier 11. You're still infantry and you're still 10,000 away from going to airships. So I would say we should focus on Stella because Galactic Battle's ending in what, like 5 weeks, 4 weeks? We're going into the playoffs?
We just had a battle today. I think there's 3 more weeks.
Yeah, 22 days. So 22 days left. So we're in the 4th week right now. 3 weeks left. And then we're in Galactic Battle playoffs. So in the playoffs, what is your main role as a Stella main? Is it infantry, ghost cannon, just trying to score points with Rangers? Or are you going to be expecting to hold capitals, hold the line? Have you guys really, laid out roles?
I have not had a role assigned yet just because I just joined BUR. DOA, I was just a jump around, hit whoever I could to score points.
Okay. Yeah, and your Ghost Cannon's level 18. It's not hard. So if you change your Ghost Cannon, like let's say you get tier 11 infantry in the next 3 weeks, okay, and you change your Ghost Cannon to something that works with walkers like Curse or Feral Strength. I don't think that's the best choice. Or if you want to go, a harder hit, like another guaranteed hit, like what's it called? What's his name? Hubarian has that double blade skill.
Yeah.
That can do really well. I don't know if she can get double blade. I gotta double check that. Not double blade. What's Hubarian's skill called? The double strike? Not counter move. I could go click on him. Anyway. So if the idea for the Galactic Battle for you is just get out there early with Rangers and you're running Ghost Cannon, you get to jump right into the action. You get to start scoring points without risking any points. I actually really like Stella with Ghost Cannon for that purpose because it's not just a sit back, laid back role. It's you're right in the action. You get to dictate the battle and you get to jump right into it. I think that's cool. And by the way, the skill is Backstab. Man. So next piece of gear on your agenda definitely needs to be the airship penetration helmet, right? That's like top of the list. Next time that comes around, you got to get it. As far as Stella's concerned, I don't hate any of this gear. I even like the red pupil in the helmet. A tier 12 Stella build is mostly just an HP tank build, but as tier 11, you're supposed to build Stella with penetration gear. You're supposed to. And the problem is your penetration gear is on black, and you've already started gemming it, and it's not 100%, but it still would be better than Titans, I think. Then again, a lot of players are getting away from heavy defense. They're focusing on HP because of how powerful Elf is. So the Titan build might be just fine. One other thing I want to throw out there, the Strength and Weaken effect set works better with the Devastation weapons, right? It gets more stats of Sui per level. So it sucks when you're trying to level up your Sui gear and you want to level up your Wild Roses and, you know, use that as your Sui gear, which you can use. It's easy to get over that 400% threshold. It just sucks that the best amount of Sui is on a different weapon. And it's frustrating, you know, as a game developer, I'm glad that they're making all the weapons useful for particular builds for min-maxing and best in slot. But as a player who has to spend literally hundreds, if not thousands of dollars to level the gear up, and you want to have 5 different commanders, it sucks that the gear isn't as interchangeable as you'd like, and you take penalties for versatility. So what do you find yourself doing mostly in Arc of War? It's a Tuesday afternoon, you log into your account. What are you normally doing?
Just kind of biding my time really till Galactic Battle.
So farming tiles, looking for unshielded ships, doing event monsters, stuff like that, basically. Seems like we're having technical difficulties here. So it looks like I've lost Wolf. I don't know if he's going to come back. I mean, I know he's in the middle of cooking dinner. He might have got disconnected from a device, you know, battery failing or something like that. I know he was streaming from his phone, I think. But here is his black going up against a tier 11 Gilly. Probably going to lose here unless we get some really lucky. Oh, wow. He's actually surviving those hits. Those heals are working out. But Gilly non-violent resistance Wings of Eternity hits hard just over and over. Look at that heal, though. Amazing heal. Stop triggering all your skills, Gilly. Jeez. All right, we'll fast forward this, see what it looks like. I kind of want to see what his Stella can do, even though we're missing the helmet and I didn't reset his gear. Remember, you got to, like, close the commander out and then put him back in, and that way it resets the gear. A lot of tier 10 here, a lot of tier 11. Got a lot of evolving to do. It's kind of a neat account, though, because he's at that point where, you know, if you watch my channel and you see all the stuff I talk about and you see yourself on a trajectory to get to tier 12, it's almost like, do I start building my account so that when I get tier 12, I'm ready for it? Or do I say, I'm not ready to throw down 10 grand in the next 6 months to a year. I'm just going to play the game I have in front of me, and how do I make my account the best version of that? And you can tell Dark Wolf's already been doing that, right? That's what his Stella Ghost Cannon build is for. It's a galactic battle, score points at low risk with just rangers. He doesn't have enough accuracy for his Ghost Cannon build to be fully viable. But if he throws on the Truth weapon and then, I don't know, just the old infantry weapon, he doesn't even have them. We're going to need to do that. What are they called? God, I used to run them all the time. I was sick of them, actually. I loved being a bullet main for a long time, but man, I got sick of it at the end. It sucked not being able to run your troops against anything and successfully win. So yeah, the Soul Eater weapons. Is there a better accuracy weapon? I know there's a better accuracy helm now. But yeah, Soul Eaters for accuracy in the weapons, or the Truths if you can afford them. But you know, it's two different builds. The Stella Ghost Cannon build is an accuracy build, while the Stella dual blades or backstab or, you know, sniper build or nonviolent resistance build, those are all, you know, heavy hitting tyrant, big burst damage builds. But I do like the red pupil on the helmet here, and it seems like I've lost Dark Wolf. I don't know if he's going to be coming back here. We're running out of time for our interview. Dark Wolf, where are you? All right, so for now, I'm going to end this and go back to doing what I got to do, and hopefully Wolf returns. If not, this might be the end of the episode. Oh no! I think we covered all the major stuff, though. It definitely is interesting to see what's happening to an account that wants to change halfway through their advanced research, and how difficult it can be to change your gear, your main, your research. Kind of leaves you head scratching, and in a weird way, it doesn't really bother him because he's a Galactic Battle player now. He's in a top 32 guild. Shout out to Burr. Good luck, guys, moving forward. But at the same time, you know, you still want to have that punching power and peak and ace and still feel good about your commander in every other regard. So thumbs up for the Stella build, though. Stella Ghost Cannon build's pretty cool. That's just something I don't talk about too much, but I do like the versatility. All right, well, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. I hope there's more to it. If not, guys, this will be the end. My name is Melt. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.
So you wanna be a player, but you weren't too smart. You gotta hit Melt up to get a pink powder.